Welcome back to the Anfield Exchange, and today we are talking about the Egyptian king Mo Salah. Is Mo Salah the greatest Liverpool player of all time? It's an interesting question. I'd like to see your thoughts in the comments. I'm going to try and not judge this on recency bias. Obviously, Mo Salah is the here and now. I'm going to try and look away from that and make it. Look, I'll give you my opinion on it. You don't have to agree. You can disagree. Let me know. And one thing I do want to say, Mo Salah is massively underrated outside of the Liverpool fan base, I think, and inside the Liverpool fan base as well to a degree. There's a lot of people I see on social media, and I don't know if this is just a social media thing. There's a lot of people I see that say don't give him a new contract, blah blah blah. For me, it's a no-brainer. Give him whatever he wants because he is one of the greats. He's certainly, for me, top three players of all time. I'm not sure where he ranks within that. We're going to have a look into that in this video. And what I don't want to do, I don't want to look at the stats only because if we're looking at stats, Mo Salah, without a doubt, is number one. But stats are misleading, and I don't like the new era of football where everything's based off of stats. I mean, look, I watched Steven Gerrard, I watched Kevin De Bruyne. For me, Steven Gerrard is a much better player than Kevin De Bruyne. But Kevin De Bruyne has more assists, so everyone says, "Oh, he's the best midfielder that's ever played in the Premier League." For me, I disagree. He doesn't play enough. He's too injury prone. I'm not saying he's a very, very good player, but he's not a touch on Steven Gerrard for me personally. And yeah, I mean, look, you can make a 5-yard pass to the side of you, and it can be an assist. It can be misleading. So yeah, I'm not going to base this too much on stats. I'm going to look at it more from a passion point of view, from a point of view of a fan, and see where we land on it. There's one name I do want to bring up first, Kenny Dalglish, King Kenny. I was too young to watch Dalglish, so look, I think it would be wrong of me to say yes, King Kenny is the best player of all time for Liverpool when I never watched him play. So I'm just look, I've seen clips of him. I hear stories of him. I know that he is one of our greatest ever players. But for this video, I'm going to look at basically the comparison is going to be between Mo Salah and Steven Gerrard for me. Steven Gerrard is my idol growing up. He's my all-time hero. And yeah, I'm going to look at how he compares to Steven Gerrard more than Kenny Dalglish, but they are all in that conversation. Obviously, I know Dalglish, he was sort of the forefront of domination through England and Europe. He won multiple Premier League trophies. Sorry, not Premier League trophies, but you know what I mean, championships. Does Salah beat Gerrard? I'm looking at it from both sides. Obviously, the point of view of Mo Salah is if you look at what he's won at Liverpool, what he's done for Liverpool, his numbers are better. That would veer you towards a Mo Salah conversation. My question would be if Mo Salah was put into the teams that Gerrard played in, would Liverpool have won everything? And I don't believe the answer to that is yes. I think if Gerrard was in these Liverpool teams, the Jurgen Klopp team and obviously the team now, I think we would probably have won a little bit more. And his numbers would be, and this is where I say on stats, you can't base it. You look at the teams Gerrard played with, you look at the teams that Salah's played in. Salah's always going to have the rub of the green because of the quality of players. But I think if Gerrard was to play in this team, his numbers would be even more than what they are. So yeah, I'm going to say for me, Steven Gerrard is still number one, but Mo Salah for me of what I've seen is certainly number two. Just for what he's done for Liverpool and the numbers he's consistently putting up. Obviously, I'm not saying they're both better than King Kenny. I'm saying I haven't seen enough of King Kenny to sort of give a true opinion on that. And look, maybe we're underappreciating Mo Salah because he is still playing. That happens once a player retires. Once a player retires, they can become they will become an even bigger legend than what we are when they're playing. Um, the question is, what can Mo Salah do to become the greatest? And it pains me to say this. I don't think there is anything he can do. Um, we've seen what he does for 10 years. We've seen what he does, and he does it week in, week out. He scores goals, he creates goals, he causes havoc on the pitch. He will continue to do that. I just don't know. Even if we win the Premier League this season, we win the Champions League, he goes on to win a Ballon d'Or. I don't know if he can overtake Gerrard for me. Just purely, I've watched Gerrard carry Liverpool, carry mediocre teams, and it pains me that Gerrard never won a Premier League trophy. But I keep going back to that final in Istanbul where he seemed to be everywhere on the pitch. He got us through that game, and I would say, I'm not going to say he single-handedly won us a trophy, but if Gerrard was not on that pitch, we wouldn't have won that trophy at all. And that can be said for a few other players on the pitch as well. But yeah, let's not forget Salah does play in a very, very good squad, and Steven Gerrard didn't do that. Salah does deserve huge respect though for what he's done for Liverpool. I'll be honest, when he came into the club, I didn't think we'd end up where we are with Mo Salah. I thought he might be one of them players that can score 6 or 7 goals a season for us. I never envisioned him becoming what he has become, and I think credit for that as well. He seems like he looks after himself. He's in the gym a lot. He eats healthy. I think you've got to be in this day and age, but Mo Salah takes it to a new extreme, and that's a mentality thing. The only other player I'd say I've seen with that mentality is Cristiano Ronaldo, and I think Salah is of the same ilk, and I think he also deserves a new contract as well. I think with what Salah's done for the club, sometimes we get a bit carried away with Liverpool, and as fans, we see it from a fan's perspective. Football clubs are businesses, and I understand that. And it wouldn't be sensible to give Mo Salah 500 grand a week for 5 more years, because what you'll probably find after 2 or 3 years, Mo Salah's dropped off. I do see. Look, this is ludicrous to say this, and it's going to sound ridiculous. You can see where Mo Salah has dropped off in terms of he hasn't quite got the speed anymore. He struggles to beat a man now, but he's replaced that with creativity on the ball, and his numbers are showing that, his goals and his assists this year. So I'm you can only base it off of the last year and this year that's playing out now. I don't understand why this hasn't been announced yet. And if it's a ploy by the club and he has signed a new contract and they're not putting pressure on Trent to sign the contract, fine. But Mo Salah deserves to be playing at this club until he's ready to finish with this football, basically. Till he says so, we should be keeping Mo Salah in that squad. For me, that's what I believe. He's too good of a player to let go, especially to let go on the free transfer. But yeah, I think based off what we've just said, becoming a legend, it's not based off of ability alone. Obviously, that plays a big part of it. Mentality plays a part of it, but I think timing also plays a part of it. And like I say, with the teams that Gerrard played in versus the teams that Mo Salah played in, I think it's purely a timing aspect that probably keeps Gerrard above Mo Salah for me. Again, let me know what you think in the comments. I could be wrong on that. That's just my opinion. Mo Salah has put up some ridiculous numbers, so I can completely understand anyone that says Mo Salah is our best ever sort of player. Certainly the younger generation who didn't see Gerrard, like I saw patches of Dalglish, I saw patches of John Barnes, anyone who saw Gerrard sort of sporadically like that, I can understand why they'd say Salah is the best. And that goes for me as well. I say Steven Gerrard's the best. There's a lot of people older than me that will say King Kenny's the best. That's fine. I just haven't seen him. But the numbers that Mo Salah's put up are undeniable. 260 goals and assists in 275 Premier League games. He scored 178 goals in the Premier League. Look, is he going to get a Ballon d'Or? I don't know. I don't believe. I think this should be his year if he carries on with what he's doing. I just think the uproar that Real Madrid have made regarding the Ballon d'Or last year and Rodri winning it, I just think it's a shoo-in that Vinicius is going to win it no matter what. Which is a shame to say, but it is what it is. If Mo Salah doesn't win it, it's not going to put him down in the estimations of Liverpool fans at all. To be honest, we don't really care about it. We don't care if Mo Salah wins a Ballon d'Or. It would be nice for him to win one for him, but it's irrelevant in the eyes of Liverpool fans. But he's been a revelation for Liverpool. And yeah, if this is his last year and this is sort of a final goodbye, then it's been an emotional ride. It's been a lot of highs, a few lows, but Mo Salah can walk away from his club with his head held high, knowing that he's given his all for the club, and he's been a fantastic player for this club. Like I say, just behind Steven Gerrard for me. Just behind Steven Gerrard for me. I'm not getting emotional. I've got a sore throat. Just behind Steven Gerrard for me. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you on the next one.